Hello, we are Tangled Feet Theatre Company. Just behind me here we have Fiona, Jenny, Mario and Leon flying above, if you can see that there. So we are in residence at ARC this week. We were here last week and next week, and we're making a new show called Care, which is in response to the NHS and some of the pressures and tensions currently in the NHS. And we're practicing flying and playing with lots of medical instruments and equipment, and generally devising around hospitals and patients and doctors. So far we've made some really interesting discoveries and had lots of fun. It's always quite hard when you start a project to try and work out what the tone of it is, how it's going to feel, whether it's comedic, whether it's tragic, whether it's what the story is. But by having some of this equipment and having a whole theatre, gives us lots of tools to play with. So it's been difficult. It is always difficult when you start making something new and you start with an idea. One of the hardest things at the moment is that NHS is so big and plural, and everyone has an opinion and there's so many stories. Just trying to find our route through that big monster has been challenging. So far we are 8 days in. The NHS is deeply confusing. And everyone we've spoken to some local doctors and local hospitals, and I think everyone is quite confused about the size and shape of the NHS. So it's got lots of interesting ways in to start thinking about how people fit into that. Someone the other day described it as a road, like an artery, like a motorway, and all the different people on the road for lots of different reasons. And the other thing I suppose we discovered is it comes down to a human relationship between people, either between someone who's ill and their family, or a doctor or a nurse and the patient, and that sort of human connection, and that it comes down to that more than any political thing. It's about people. So if you come and see the show, and I hope you do, the audience will see a bit of this. Maybe not exactly this, because this is just some improvisations, but we've got some aerial equipment in the theatre, and we're looking at the sort of fantastical, hallucinogenic, flying sort of world that was in the NHS, and also staging it in a sort of traverse way. So we are looking at sort of the travel between two destinations. It should be quite different. Our work tends to be very different, quite experimental. So if you fancy something a bit different on an important theme, I'd say come along and have a look. So we're halfway through. We're 7 days down, 7 days to go, or 8 days to go. So you can come and see it on Thursday, Friday and Saturday, the 30th, 31st of January and the 1st of February. It's on at 7 o'clock on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it's at 2:30 on the Friday. And we'll be asking for feedback afterwards of what you think and whether it makes any sense at all.